Hello everyone, my name is Priya Mishra. As a part of the International Conference on Parallel Processing and SRM PDS, I will be presenting our paper Communication Aware Job Scheduling using Slurm. Job scheduling is an important area of research that deals with cluster management and resource allocation as per the job requirements. These job requirements are usually specified in terms of the number of nodes and the wall clock time required for the execution of the job. However, most of the current job schedulers allocate nodes without considering any job-specific characteristics, such as whether a job is communication-intensive or compute-intensive. Further, they do not consider the communication patterns of a job while allocating nodes. This may lead to interference from other communication-intensive jobs which may share the same network links or switches. Further, placing frequently communicating node pairs several hops away often leads to high communication times due to network congestion and long hop communications. To study the effect of contention caused due to sharing of switches or links on the execution time of communication-intensive jobs, we conducted an experiment on a department cluster. We execute two parallel MPI jobs J1 and J2 spread across two switches that are connected in a tree-like topology. The first job J1 is executed repeatedly on 8 nodes during this experiment. The second job J2 is executed every 30 minutes on 12 nodes spread across the same two switches. Hence, the two jobs share switches and their effect on each other's execution time is seen in this figure, where the blue curve shows J1 and the orange curve shows J2. The execution time is shown along the y-axis and the wall clock time is shown along the x-axis. We observe these spikes in the blue curve which show a sharp increase in the execution time of J1 whenever J2 was executed. This occurred when the two jobs ran simultaneously and thus shared switches or links. Therefore, it is important to carefully select nodes to avoid performance degradation. The objective of this work is to develop node allocation algorithms that consider the job's behavior, that is, whether a job is communication intensive or compute intensive, during resource allocation to improve the performance of communication intensive jobs. Before we discuss the proposed node allocation algorithms, let's look at some important factors that affect job scheduling, specifically those considered in this study. This includes the network topology of the cluster, the job scheduler, and the communication patterns of a job. In our work, we consider fat tree-based network topology. This is an example of a two-level fat tree topology. The level 1 switches or the leaf switches are connected to the compute nodes. Each compute node is connected to only one leaf switch. The level 2 switches may be connected to one or more level 1 switches. For the implementation of our algorithms, we have used Slurm, which is a widely used open source resource management and job scheduling system. The Slurm architecture uses multiple plugins for various tasks. The Select Linear plugin is used for allocating entire nodes to the jobs. In our study, we propose new node allocation algorithms using this plugin. Slurm also supports resource allocations for clusters with tree and fat tree network topologies via the Topology Tree plugin. By default, Slurm uses best fit allocation. It first identifies the lowest level switch that has the requested number of nodes available. After that, the algorithm first allocates nodes on those leaf switches that have the minimum number of nodes available. In this paper, we consider message passing interface as the main parallel library for communication. Prior studies retrieve a global communication matrix using profiling. However, this may not always reflect the most crucial communications. Such matrices convey the overall communications between two processes during the entire course of program execution. But optimizing overall communications may not always lead to minimizing communication times because the temporal communication information between two processes is not considered. Therefore, we consider the underlying algorithms of MPI collectives instead of a global communication matrix. We considered three standard communication patterns: recursive doubling, recursive halving with vector doubling, and the binomial tree algorithm, which occur in most MPI collectives. This gives a more definite communication pattern without incurring profiling cost. Further, this is important for applications where the collective communication costs dominate the execution times. Our strategies consider all the stages of these algorithms and allocate based on the costliest communication step or stage. This is difficult to achieve using a communication matrix. With this information, let's look at the proposed node allocation algorithms. In this work, we propose two main node allocation algorithms, greedy and balanced allocation. We assume that every job has been categorized as either communication intensive or compute intensive. The algorithms first identify the lowest level switch in the tree topology that has the requisite number of nodes available. If this lowest level switch is a leaf switch, the requested number of nodes are allocated from this switch. If not, the greedy algorithm aims to select nodes such that there is less contention for network links amongst the communication-intensive jobs. In addition to this, the balanced algorithm also considers the communication pattern and tries to allocate the most communicating node pairs on the same switch. These are some of the common notations that we use in the description of our algorithms. We use Li to denote the leaf switch connected to the node I. L nodes is the total number of nodes present on the leaf switch. Lcom is the number of nodes that are running communication-intensive jobs, and Lbusy is the total number of nodes allocated on the leaf switch. The first node allocation algorithm we propose is the greedy allocation. The greedy algorithm aims at selecting the best underlying leaf switch at each step until the requested number of nodes have been allocated. For a communication-intensive job, the nodes are selected on those leaf switches that have a maximum number of free nodes and the minimum number of communication-intensive jobs already running. This is done to minimize fragmentation and contention. We characterize the leaf switches using their communication ratio, which is defined using this expression. The first term of the communication ratio depends upon the number of nodes running communication-intensive jobs relative to the number of busy nodes on the leaf switch. This is related to the contention on the leaf switch. The second term gives a measure of the number of available nodes on the switch, which helps control the node spread. Lower communication ratio implies lower contention and higher number of free nodes available for allocation. Hence, leaf switches with lower communication ratio are selected for a communication-intensive job, and we use this to design the greedy allocation. We start by sorting the underlying leaf switches of the lowest level common switch in order of their communication ratio. For communication-intensive jobs, the leaf switches are sorted in increasing order of their communication ratio, as we saw in the previous slide. A compute-intensive job is not affected by network contention or fragmentation, hence the leaf switches are selected in decreasing order of their communication ratio. This ensures that the leaf switches with lower communication ratios are available for other communication-intensive jobs that may be queued or submitted in the future without affecting the performance of a compute-intensive job. The requested number of nodes is then allocated from these leaf switches, considering them in the sorted order. The second node allocation algorithm we propose is the balanced allocation. The balanced allocation aims at allocating nodes in pairs of 2 on the underlying leaf switches to minimize inter-switch communication. For example, consider a job with the communication pattern of recursive doubling as shown. Assuming that the maximum number of nodes required for this job is 8, the best allocation would be to allocate all the 8 nodes on the same leaf switch. However, if at least 2 leaf switches have to be used for allocating 8 nodes, it may be better to allocate 4 nodes on each leaf switch rather than allocating the nodes in any other unbalanced way. The gray colored nodes are present on one leaf switch and the green colored nodes are present on another leaf switch. We can see that in unbalanced allocation, there is inter-switch communication in step 1 and step 2, whereas in balanced allocation, all the communications in these 2 steps is intra-switch. Bounding most communications within a leaf switch is usually better because there are fewer inter-job communications within a level 1 switch, whereas several jobs will use level 2 switches to communicate amongst their processes. In balanced allocation, the leaf switches are sorted in order of their free nodes. For a communication-intensive job, the leaf switches are considered in decreasing order of their free node count. However, instead of allocating all the nodes available on the leaf switch, the number of nodes allocated is the largest power of 2 that can be accommodated on that leaf switch. This number is deduced by subdividing the number of nodes to a lower power of 2 such that it can be satisfied by the available nodes in a leaf switch. The algorithm selectively allocates only in powers of 2 initially, thereby leaving some unallocated free nodes in the leaf switches. Therefore, it may not always be possible to satisfy the node requirement while strictly allocating in powers of 2. In such a case, when there are still remaining nodes to be allocated and all the leaf switches have been used, the algorithm traverses the leaf switches again, but in reverse sorted order. The remaining free nodes on each leaf switch are allocated until the node request is satisfied. For a compute-intensive job, the leaf switches are selected in increasing order of the free nodes. All the free nodes on each leaf switch are allocated without any constraint of allocating in powers of 2. This preserves leaf switches with larger number of free nodes for communication-intensive jobs. To visualize the working of balanced allocation, let's consider a job that requires 512 nodes. The free nodes on the leaf switches are shown in this table. Since L1 has 160 free nodes, the algorithm begins with 512 node count and recursively halves it until the allocation size can be accommodated in the leaf switch. Therefore, the algorithm allocates 128 nodes on L1 and L2. The allocation size is further halved for L3, which cannot accommodate 128 nodes, and 64 nodes are allocated to L3. This continues until the required number of nodes have been allocated, and finally we have this allocation of nodes under the balanced allocation. In the previous slides, we discussed greedy and balanced node allocation algorithms. However, based on the distribution of free nodes on the leaf switches, one algorithm may be more suitable than the other. The greedy allocation strategy minimizes contention and fragmentation. However, this allocation is unbalanced and may have more inter-switch communication than the optimal case. The balanced allocation strategy minimizes inter-switch communication, but the constraint of allocating in powers of 2 may lead to fragmentation of resources that can outweigh the benefit of decreased inter-switch communication. Therefore, we propose an adaptive allocation strategy that compares both the allocations and selects the more optimal node allocation for a job based on their cost of communication. We discuss in detail this communication cost in the next slides. To compare the proposed node allocation algorithms with the default allocation, we use the job logs of Intrepid, Theta, and Mira supercomputers. These logs contain information about each job such as job name, nodes requested, submission times, start times, and end times. We used 1000 jobs from each of these logs. The job logs do not have information about the nature of the job. Hence, we assume that some of these jobs are communication intensive while some are compute intensive. This results in a mix of different types of jobs typical to supercomputers. We varied this percentage of communication intensive jobs from 30% to 90%. Further, we consider jobs with power of 2 node requirements in our study. We emulate these logs by configuring Slurm with the Enable Frontend option. The emulated jobs run for the same duration as their execution times, which are taken from the job logs. Since we only emulate the jobs, we need to estimate the modified runtime of a communication-intensive job under our allocation strategy. The total runtime of the job is modeled as the sum of its compute and communication time. Our algorithms only affect the communication times, and we assume that the compute times remains unaffected. We estimate the modified communication time based on maximum hops incurred in a job. To calculate effective hops for a communication-intensive job, we first describe two terms, contention factor and distance. We calculate contention factor for two cases. When the communicating nodes I and j are present on the same leaf switch, the contention factor is given using this expression here. When they are present on different leaf switches, the contention factor is defined using this expression. The first two terms represent the individual contention on the two leaf switches Li and Lj. The third term accounts for the contention on the lowest level common switch connecting Li and Lj. A factor of half is used because the number of links double as we move up in a fat tree. The distance between any two nodes I and j is twice the lowest level of common switch. Therefore, in a two-level tree topology, if I and j are on the same switch, such as for n0 and n1, the distance is 2. And if I and j are on different leaf switches, such as n0 and n5, the distance is 4. Similarly, we can calculate distance in any higher level tree topology. Using the definitions of contention factor and distance, the effective hops between any two nodes I and j that communicate can be estimated using this equation. This takes into account the contention on the shared links or switches and thus represents the effective distance of communication. The total cost of communication for a job is calculated by considering the hops for all communicating node pairs I and j. To estimate the modified runtime of a communication-intensive job, under our allocation strategy, we calculate the cost of communication for both the default and our algorithm. We assume that the communication time increases or decreases in the ratio of the cost of communication, whereas the compute time remains constant. Therefore, this becomes our modified runtime. For the evaluation of our algorithms, we use these 5 metrics of execution time, wait time, turnaround time, node hour, and cost of communication, which we discussed in the previous slide. We conduct 2 types of experiments. In the first type of experiment, we ran 1000 jobs using the submission times derived from the original job logs. These are referred to as continuous runs. We conducted another experiment in which we first ran a few jobs to partially occupy the cluster and then submitted one job at a time. That is, the next job was submitted after the completion of the previous job. This provided a common starting point to compare the allocation of every job under different node allocation algorithms. These are referred to as individual runs. Let's start by looking at how the proposed algorithms impact the execution and wait times of the jobs. The table here summarizes the results obtained for different job logs when 90% of the jobs are considered to be communication intensive. The jobs are assumed to be using recursive halving vector doubling or the recursive doubling communication pattern. We observed in all the logs that balanced and adaptive algorithms always perform better than default and greedy. This shows that balanced and adaptive algorithms are able to improve performance by allocating nodes according to the communication pattern of the algorithm. The decrease in execution time of communication-intensive jobs means that resources become available faster for queued jobs. This decreases the wait times of the jobs. Hence, although the proposed algorithms do not directly impact the execution times of compute-intensive jobs, they may still benefit from the reduced execution times of the communication-intensive jobs. Another observation is that greedy performs better for Intrepid and Theta job logs. However, there is little or negative improvement for greedy algorithm in the case of Mira. This is because there were many communicating node pairs on the same switch in case of default, which led to lower communication cost. This did not happen for greedy, which considers only the node contention while allocating. Another factor responsible for this reduced performance is the difference in available links or switches in the case of default and greedy allocation. Therefore, we also compare by ensuring the same cluster state for all algorithms and perform individual runs. This table shows the average percentage improvements in the execution times for individual runs. Individual runs ensure the same starting point for a job under all node allocation algorithms. The results show that for the same cluster state, the proposed algorithms always perform better than the default algorithm in all the job logs. We also observe that similar to continuous runs, balanced and adaptive always perform better than greedy and default algorithms in individual runs. In the previous results, we assumed the jobs to be using only one communication pattern. Here we consider various combinations of compute and communication times in a job. We also consider combinations of different MPI collectives in a job similar to mini or proxy exascale applications such as CMC2D. We ran these 5 sets of experiments with different compute and communication ratios. The communication patterns of D and E are similar to CMC2D. This figure compares the percentage improvements in execution time for the different job log mix of theta logs. We observed in all the logs that as the communication ratio increases from 33% in A to 70% in C, the gains are higher for the same communication pattern. This is because a larger fraction of the execution time reduces as a result of better node allocation. The same trend is seen between D and E, which have the same communication pattern but different communication ratios. Hence, our proposed algorithms are also able to reduce the communication cost of different combinations of parallel algorithms. So, to conclude, we propose 3 node allocation algorithms, greedy, balanced, and adaptive, that consider the nature of the job while allocating resources. We implement and evaluate our algorithms using Slurm. We compare the proposed algorithms using job logs from Intrepid, Theta, and Mira supercomputers. We show that by considering job characteristics such as communication patterns can lead to more optimal allocations and lower communication times. our work shows the utility of job-aware node allocations in terms of reduced execution times, wait times, and improved system throughput. As a part of our future work, we plan on including other communication patterns such as ring and stencil in our analysis. Process mapping after node allocation can provide further improvements, and we would like to explore this. We would also like to extend our optimizations to other topologies using appropriate contention factors. Thank you for your attention.